All right, can you see it now? Click live. Oh, there it is. It's live. No? Wait a minute. What is going on? OBS. I think it is live right now, but can you see it now? Don't call me that. I'm live right now. Oh, I think it's streaming right now, huh? Ah, this, what the heck? Oh, okay. You should be able to see it there now. I just turned it public. Ah, shit. It's still not working. Hey guys, I am. It's been a long time. I am just testing this system that I built. It's basically look at all the indicators and all that stuff, and it will trigger a signal in real time. Just like if you look at this earlier, if you look at like IWM at exactly 11:06, it triggered this like go short. So I bought this, and then I saw it later on. So you see that's exactly how the system is. I mean, look at all these indicators. Can you guys hear me? Man, I have not been streaming for a long time, so I don't even know if this thing is working or not. What the heck is it? Hmm. Audio mixer. Oh, good. You guys can hear me, right? But anyway, it's been a long time, and for the past like 3 months, I've been working on developing this script. What it does is like it look at all of the possible indicators, and it will provide you with like I mean real time signal when to buy, when to sell. Um, right now, I'm just testing it, and I'm looking at like the index one, which is IWM and QQQ. Yeah, last time was with Dogecoin, and I kind of like I haven't touched crypto in a while. Right now, I'm strictly into like option trading. Hey, David, trucker. Wow. Oh, it's been a long time, guys. But let me show you this here. The script is working really, really good. Um, I want to show you just like yesterday, okay? Um, how this how the script was. Let me see here. If I display the data for yesterday, you guys can see this is for one of the index. If you look at this here, at exactly 10:06, it fired this like go long. So basically, you go in and you buy either option or you want to do scalping, you buy it right here. And then at exactly 10:20, it fired another signal, add more to position. The reason being is because all the indicators indicates that the price would continue to trend up. And then after that, at this point here, which is about 10:50, it triggered this scale 3/4. The reason it triggered the scale, which is like you're supposed to sell up about 3/4 of your holding, because hold on for 1 second here. Let me see here. The reason, because the price basically stretched too much. It hit this like VWAX upper band there. So the script tells us to basically take about 3/4 off. And then right at this point, which is like 10:38, that's when it triggered the exit signal. So that was a really, really good really, really good trade yesterday for me. I mean, the script worked really well. As you can see, this is for yesterday here. And then so far today, let me see here. Today, it fired two signal. One early in the morning. I mean, this wasn't a good signal. The reason being is like VWAP is still inside the opening range. So after it fired this like go short, the price reversed. Immediately it tells us to exit. So the nice thing is this here. When you trade, sometimes it's hard. Like when you buy, you don't know when to exit and all of that. Basically, this system here does all that for you. And then at 11:06 today, that's when it triggered this like go short, which is like you short. I mean, or you buy if you trade options, you buy a put here. And then at this point here, the price was like at 251, and then you can scale out when it dropped down to about 250.7, and then all the way down to about 249. So basically that's what I've been working on, guys. I mean, it's a work in progress, but one thing is this here. Once I get done with this, if anybody interested in trading, I mean, you guys can go in here and you can look at this in real time, because basically the system that I built is extremely, I mean, it does a lot of things. Since I got you guys here, let me just explain it a little bit. All right. So what it does is this here. When the market first opened, which is let's say at 9:30, that's when it gathers all the information. The first thing it does is it look at like the volume that is being traded for the first 6 minutes here, and it compared to the volume of the last 10 trading sessions. Then it determined whether or not, okay, is the volume is going to be greater today than the past 10 days. If the volume is greater, it means that's like institutional participating. So the momentum would be a lot stronger. What it does is this here. I mean, basically, when you look at the stock, the stock tend to kind of like oscillate around what we call is VWAP. It's the volume weighted average. I mean, if you look at this white line here, that's what it is. So if you follow technical analysis, I mean, you see the price tend to kind of like oscillate. You see, it trade above the white line, which is the VWAP, and then after that, when it trades too far, that's when it's stretched too far. It will eventually retrace and retest VWAP. So that's what it is. And the yellow line here, what it is like the maximum band that the price can expand to. So when you look at like today, we have a go short at this point, and then the price drop all the way, and then it basically cross over this yellow line here, which is the VWAP stretch lower band. That you can see is automatically it bounced back right away. So I mean, these are the things that if you follow like technical analysis, you will see that. So what the system does is it does everything. I mean, it's almost like you take the whole technical analysis book, throw it into the script here, okay? Because what it does, it read the candle, it read the patterns, it does everything. I mean, it look at like the EMA, and then after it see all the conditions that kind of like align, then it will tell you, okay, now it's the best time to go in and buy long or buy short. And once you do that, when you buy, it follow the structure. I mean, all the actions, the indicators, and all of that. And it tell you, okay, at this point here, it say scale a quarter. The reason being is like at this point here, because it see this is like the candle, like the hammer, and there's a potential for the price to reverse. That's when they say, well, hey, you know, let's say you buy options, you buy 10 options here. At this point here, you're already making money. So now you scale quarter of that, and then following that, when the price close below the yellow line, which is the VWAP, think of it this way here. This white line is like the VWAP. When the price stretched too far away from it, it's just like a rubber band. When you pull the rubber band too far away from the center, it's going to snap right back. So at this point here, it say, okay, scale 3/4, because now the price kind of like exhausted. It's going to bounce right back up to retest VWAP. That's exactly what happened here, guys. And at this point, it say, okay, just go ahead and close the remaining positions. And what it does right now is it's just like it's just sitting, it's waiting for like all the indicators to line up before it trigger the next signal. Basically, David, basically the system that I'm writing, it does all of that for you. It basically it look at all the indicators. I mean, let me kind of like explain it to you. When you look at this here, there's a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna try to explain it one by one for you here. First, this two yellow line that you see that is like cover the top of the price and the bottom of the price. What it is, what we call is the VWAP stretch level, meanings that depending on the volume, let's say if today's volume is a lot greater than yesterday or the day before, the VWAP stretch will increase because there's more people buying, more institutions participate. They will push the stretch further, okay? And anytime when you see the price approaching this level, which is the VWAP here, that is when they say the price is getting exhausted, meaning that it get to the point where it's just a matter of time before it will have to snap back. That's why you see a lot of people saying, think of it as like a rubber band. This is like the center here. If you see the white line, and then when you stretch the rubber band to the point where you cannot stretch it anymore, it's just a matter of time before it snap right back. And this is an example here. At this point, the price dropped. It dropped below the VWAP stretched on the lower band. Then you see it's just a matter of time before it bounces right back. So that's why a lot of people, trader, they look at this here and they say, oh, well, the price is dropping. I'm just going to wait for the right signal to show this reversal here. Then I will go in and I will buy, basically buy, from here is like a short buyback call at this point here. That's what it is. That's just one of the indicator. And when you look at these three lines, I already said like this guy here is the VWAP. The line that is cyan, it is the EMA 9, and the red line here is the EMA 21. Basically, when the trend is moving up, you have the shorter EMA that is leading. So anytime when you see like the cyan line, the scarlet cyan, if it's leading the red one, and the red one is leading the white one, which is VWAP, it means that everything is aligned. Alignment. So the price would likely trending up. But when you see like cyan is like it leading, but it downward. So you see here, it leading the red line, and the red line is also leading the white line, but it's trending down. That's when the price is dropping. So basically, when you see this chart here, it has all the indicators that you need. And then when you see this dotted line, you see these two dotted line here. This is what we call the AT. What's it like? Average. Oh man, I forgot what the heck that is. But basically, what it is, like when the price, when it trade, it kind of like trade within this level here. So when people when they do scalping, they wait until the price like drop and it touch kind of like the lower dotted line. And the minute, let's say when you see a candle, a green candle like this, like a hammer, and then the volume is high, they go in and they buy it. When they buy, as you can see, the minute the price hit this lower dotted line, most likely it would retrace and then retouch the upper line again. That's what it is. So basically this group here, this chart here is just for one of the index. This is the Russell 2000. I think that's what it is. It's IWM. I'm testing out. Okay, so here's guy. What I've been doing is I've been testing the system, and I've been trading options. Okay, one thing nice about trading options, just like let's say if you trade IWM, at this point here, I bought this. I bought like IWM 251 put. It cost me like $1. And then when the price dropped out to this here, I scale out that when the price went from like $1 to almost like $1.75. So you look at like 75% gain. And then at this point here, it's more than double. That's one thing about like option trading. Option trading is risky, but at the same time, if you do it right, you can make a lot of money. And one of the problem and the reason that I spend so much time writing this system, because most of us retail traders, the problem with us is what? When you buy something and when the price go against you, you don't want to admit that you're losing. I mean, that you're a loser. So when the price goes against you, you don't sell. You just sit there and start praying. And when you do that, next thing you know, it's like it's worthless. On top of that, I mean, on the flip side, if you enter a position that is really great, let's say like this one here, when you start seeing that, oh, okay, I'm making like $50, I'm making $100, then you want to sell it right away because you want to lock in those like small gain, which is horrible because let's say if I buy here and I sell here, I may make like about like 20, $30 per option, which is like about 20% gain. But if I wait for the system to tell me, because here's the thing, the system doesn't care about what candle it is. It read all these indicators. It read the momentum, and it's saying, hey, I'm not going to tell you to scale yet because the momentum is telling me that the price will continue to retrace. That's what it does. And then the minute it see a candle that it say, hey, there's a high probability that the price may reverse, it's gonna then it would basically fire the signal, scale up a quarter. The reason they say, hey, scale a quarter, because the candle is indicate there's a reversal, but it's not like, I mean, just like think of this way here. It's not like a red light yet. It may be like about to turn yellow, but it tells you to do that so you can lock in some of the gain you have here. And once it hit this here, which is like it know that the price, remember I mentioned earlier about, it stretched too far away from VWAP. So most likely it's going to bounce right back. This is when it say, hey, listen, guys, scale 3/4. And if you want to just leave it a little bit, because there's a very high probability that the price would reverse, and that's exactly what happened here. So basically, the system does everything. And now what I do is this. When the system does not see anything that makes sense for me to trade, it won't fire any signal. And the nice thing about this is like, when I used to trade, I think that like, hey, the more trades I make, the more money that I would make, which is totally wrong. I mean, before I was thinking like, hey, if I make like $100 per trade, and if I do 10 trades, I would make 1,000. But that is the problem, because when you do that, the more trades you make, the more mistake that you're going to make. And then at the end of the day, I mean, trust me, anybody who do a lot of like tradings every day, they're going to lose money. So my concept right now is all I need is just 1 or 2 quality trade. So I'm sitting here, I mean, waiting for the system to tell me 1 or 2 signals a day. And that's the reason why I'm just like, I'm looking at like 2 tickers, which is like QQQ is the index for, what is it, like NASDAQ Technology Fund. And this one is Russia 2000. But I can look at any symbol. I mean, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla. I mean, the system work on almost anything. And all I do is just sit and wait for a good signal. And once it fired that signal, I mean, I'm good to go. Just like yesterday, all I did just 1 trade. I mean, let me go back and show you again. See, just like here yesterday. This is yesterday. The system scan, and then at exactly 10:06, that is when it tell me to go in. Buy, for me, I trade options. If anybody want to trade stocks, scalping, you can do the same thing. I go in and I buy a call option. And normally what I do is I buy like in the money. So the price is at like 246, that I buy like 246 call. Normally when it first like fire the signal, I tend to buy like really few options. Normally I buy like one or two options. Why? Because right after the market open, that is when we are still testing the direction. I mean, we haven't seen like the pattern. It established a clear direction yet. So that's why when you look at another nice things about like the system is like it fired this go long. At the same time, it also saying, hey, listen, the score is only 2.5. The reason the score is only 2.5 because it look at all of these indicators and it say, wow, I mean, right now there's certain indicator is against us. I mean, when you see a score of like 8, that's when I go in. I buy like five options or 10 options. So in this case here yesterday, I bought only one option when I see the signal. Now, as the time go, here, it look at this thing here. And if you follow technical analysis, right here, I mean, it's setting up what we call as like a bull flag. See, it started to retrace. And then when it hit the VWAP, it finds support and bounce right back up. And the system knows that. So that's why at this point here, it say, hey, listen, guy, this is looking good. Just add more to your position. And that's what I did. I mean, I add 4 more options to my positions. And then I just sit here and wait for the next signal. So, I mean, the price continue to trend up. And at this point here, if you look at like the price, I mean, you see this huge candle. Normally, if you don't look at like the chart, you may think, wow, this is really great. It's a big candle, strong value. Maybe I should add more. But the system know that, hey, listen, guys, this is a big candle, but the price is way, way overstretched. You see, it closed outside of the yellow line, which is like the VWAP upper stretch. That's when it say, listen, it's time to scale 3/4. That's what I did. I mean, this here I sold like 4 of them. And then few candles after that, it say just go ahead and exit, make money for today. So far the system is really good, and I mean for me it's still like a work in progress, and I'm thinking about like streaming it every day. So I mean if you guys interested in kind of like seeing how the system work, um, that's what it is. But one thing about the system is this here. It's only give you like 1 or 2 good signals a day. That's the whole idea. I mean, hey, if it give out a bad signal, just like right here, today at, let me see here, at 9:58, it look at the pattern as you can see. I mean, the price reject like OR low, which is like the opening range low. As you can see, it dropped, it bounced, it tested it, it rejected. So the system say, okay, I mean, you may want to go short here, but it gave a score of only like 2.5. It's a like you want to be very cautious because of what? Because like at this point here, the candle, the price is already hitting the dotted line, which is like, remember I said earlier, every time when it hit this dotted line, the price tend to bounce. So it's the condition is telling me that, hey, the price is rejecting what I call as ORL, which is like the opening range low. So if you want to buy small position, just like testing the water. But the nice things about this is what? When the price goes against that No if or but. It fired a signal saying, hey, get the hell out at this point here. And that's what I did. So I bought one option. I sold here. I mean, I lost about like 25 bucks, but it make it up for me because right after that, at this point here, it tell me to go in. And then obviously this was a really good signal. I mean, as you can see, excuse me, I haven't been streaming in a long time, and so for me to talk a lot right now, it's like it's hard. But here, guys, I've been doing a lot of back testing with the system, and so far, I mean, it is working out really, really well. So if you guys interested in seeing this, I mean, listen, the reason I kind of like doing this because I haven't seen any other YouTuber, I mean, actually does this. When you go to any channel that like either like option trading or regular trading, mostly they just talk and they just say, hey, I mean, what you want to do is look for VWAP and VWAP bounce. When the price tests VWAP, it bounce and then you buy. If it reject, then okay here. If you look at it in real time now, it's like just triggered. It's like go short. Okay, at this point here. So let's see if the signal is good or not. I mean, the reason it triggered is go short because it see the condition dictating that, hey, I mean, it's time to jump in. And when you look at this, I mean, you can see that the white line, which is like VWAP. Obviously, you see it's rejecting VWAP right now. And on top of that, I mean, you got like EMA9, which is like this line cyan. It is like leading the red line, which is EMA21. Okay, so when it see that, it say, okay, but you see now the signal disappear. You know why? Because the candle has not finished yet. It showed the signal because when the price like starting, this is like a 2-minute chart. The signal will appear if at the end of the 2 minutes, the price close at the point that it see, hey, now it's time to go in. Okay? So these are the things that you will see in real time, guys. I mean, it's not like, hey, like it's not like other like channel that say, oh, it's a retest and bounce. So you wait for a retest, and then when it bounce, the system does all of that. I mean, think of it this way here. I take the whole technical analysis book. I mean, I coded it in here. So if you talk about like double bottom, what's it like bull flag, bear flag, VWAP reject, VWAP bounce, and all of that, it's in here. But the nice thing is, beside looking at that, it also look at like what I call some multi. I mean, it does look at like the past as well, meaning it look at like how the pattern for the last 10 trading days, the 20 days moving average, I mean, all that stuff, all those indicators, it built in here. And it only trigger when it feel that, hey, it is the optimal times to go in. But nothing is perfect. So, I mean, and the market, it fluctuates. So if it is wrong, it no right way to tell you to get out, which is, I think that is so critical. I mean, when you buy, the last thing you want to do is like, if it goes against you, you don't sell because you don't want to admit that, hey, you are a loser because you didn't pick it right. And then just sit there and then start to pray that the price would go back. But most of the time when that happens, you lose money. So this system here is like, hey, it just tell you what needs to be done. So even for me, when I'm trading right now, I mean, when it tell me to go in and buy, I buy. When it tell me to scale, I scale. See, now you see the signal. It was flashing like go short, but the candle is not finished yet. It disappears. So the idea is like you wait until until the signal is done, and when it display the the bubble, that's when you go in. But you see here, it didn't, because now basically the the price action is completely different right now. So it could trigger like a go long here if the price and all these indicators favor a go long. Hey Kylie, oh, I am using what is like Think or Swim, Charles Schwab. So let's see here. So also another thing is like, I mean, I have all so many different indicators. Like normally during like lunch hour, like institution, the lunch hour I believe is like from 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to like 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. The system does not fire any signal, because you definitely do not want to buy or trade when there's no value. I mean, when you, let's say, sometime when you see the price just like rotate, just go up, down by just a little bit, you don't want to go in, because that's really a waste of time. So you want to wait until like after the lunch hour is over. That is when you want to go in and trade. Most of the time, I see like about 15-20 minutes after the market open. That is when you got a really good signal. So for me, every day, all I need is one good signal, and if you trade options, you can double your money. The key is option is very risky. So if the price goes against you, and when the system tells you to get out, that's when you have to get out right away. What you want to do is, okay, I lose 30%, I lose 40%, but it's still better than lose everything, because then you can wait for the next signal. If the next signal is good like this, I show you an example today. That was a bad signal there. So I lost some money. But the next signal, I make it all back and more. So I'm up today. So I'm going to be, right now I'm still testing, but I am planning to stream like every day starting next week. So you guys can go in and you see it. If you're interested in like trading, just take a look at this. Observe for a while to see if it makes sense or not. If it makes sense, it's really up to you. For me, this is exactly what I am using every day to trade. The nice thing about this is like, it takes all the human emotion out of trading. You know what? You can read like day trading book, you can read technical analysis, you can do all of that stuff. You can be the best in spot, like a good setup. But if you allow that human emotion to take over, that's when you're gonna lose. Because like you can have a really good setup, but the minute you see a red candle, all of a sudden say, "Oh no, this thing is like reversing on me. Now I need to go in and sell it and book, let's say, the $100, $200 or $300 profit." Right, and the problem is right after you do that, you see the price continue to run, and let's say if you didn't sell it early, you could have made like 3 times more, and that's what happened to me many times. And on the flip side, if you make a bad trade, the price goes against you. Let's say if I buy an option, I pay like $3 for option, and the price goes against me. I don't sell. On top of that, let's say the price continues to retrace, and then it stabilizes a little bit, and now the option that I used to pay like $3, now it's down to like $1. Then I say, hey, if I go in and buy like 10 more options at $1 because it's a lot cheaper than what it was like 30 minutes ago, which I paid like $3. So I bought like 10 more options. And the problem is what? After you buy, the price continue to dive. Next thing you know, you lose everything. And that's why I spend a lot of time think about that. And one thing about me is like I don't give up. And that's why I decided to really to architect the system here, that it allows me to take the human emotion away. Like I said today, I bought a put option at this point, and the price dropped, but then it reversed. At this point here, it tell me to go and exit. That's exactly what happened. I saw it. I lost 30%, which is fine. Then I just sit and wait for the next signal. And then the next signal happened. I jump in. I was able to make all this back and more. So that's the key. Because let's say if I didn't have the system here and I bought at this point, I could lose a lot more because let's say when the price goes against me, I would sit back and say, oh, it's going to drop. It's going to drop. And then it continued to move up, move up, move up. And at this point here, I couldn't take it anymore. Because now when I look at my positions, it's down to almost like nothing. Then I have to say, okay, I'm going to sell it. But when I sell it at this point, my loss, is already like more than double, a lot more. So that's really, for me, that's the key. The key is you have to be very methodical. And the most important thing is what? The most important thing is how can this system here basically analyze all the indicators, the volume, the candle structure. Just like when it look at this, when it look at this candle here, it has to understand, okay, this is an inverted hammer and the volume is greater. The same thing when it look at this candle here, it say, wow, this is a massive selling. The candle is red. Normally, if you don't look at the system here, you would think, oh wow, people are dumping it. At this point here, I would buy more because I think, hey, let's double down. Institution or whoever it is dumping, because when you look at the volume, it's double. But the system, no, because it look at more than just like the candle structure, more than the volume. It's looking at like, hey guys, the price is way out of whack. It's overstretched. What is it seeing to say? It's like exhausted, meaning there's no more gas left in the tank for it to drop anymore. That's why I say, hey, scale out, scale 3/4. This is the signal here, and that's exactly what happened after its signal scale out. Then the price started to reverse. Why? Because it dropped so much. There's no more gas left in the tank. Then the rubber band, when you pull it so far away, it's just gonna bounce right back, and VWAP is the magnet that is pulling it right back. As you can see here, it pulled right back, and then it hit VWAP. It tests VWAP. Reject. Test VWAP again. Reject. So people who scalp, they can look at it and say, okay, it's rejecting VWAP. I'm gonna buy a put here and sell it somewhere here, doing the same thing. That's what it is. When you look at like all the YouTube channel, that's what they preach, which is great. That's what it is. It's pure textbook technical analysis. Here buy, here, but the system here is looking at more indicators than just like VWAP reject. That's why it didn't fire like a go short signal at this point, because it's looking at this and say, wait a minute, there's a lot of overhead at this point. I mean, uh, the lower band, the ATR lower band is right here. So if you, there's not a lot of like meat in the bone to go in and go short here. So I mean, they decided to skip it. So like the concept is what? It's not firing like signal every 2 minutes. It just sit back and wait until it find a signal. It like it think that okay, there's a very high probability that if you jump in at that point, you have a higher chance of winning. That's when it would fire. That's why when you see like after it fired the exit short for the past since like 11:28 until now, which is like almost 2 hours, it doesn't fire any signal. And if you look at the structure here, the price is not really moving that far away. I mean, it uh, from like 250 to 251. So you're looking at like about 1 point. If you trade options, when the price is not moving, you lose money because of the what is it, like the decay in the value of the options. So this thing doesn't. It only fires a signal when it see that hey, there's a momentum behind that. There's a very high probability that, let's say, if it fire go long, there's a lot more. I mean, momentum that could push it a lot higher. So this is that's what I've been working on, guys, because I want to make money. And the nice things about option trading is like you don't need a lot of money. I mean, if you have a cash account with, let's say, Robinhood, you can trade for like $1,000 account. And if you trade like an index like Russell 2000, which is the ticker symbol is like IWM. The option is like you can buy an option for like 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. So you can make a trade at like less than $100. And on a good day, if the signal is good, you can double that. But again, the key is like you have to be very disciplined when you buy it. And if the price goes against you, you have to get out. So I mean, when you're looking at this thing here, it's kind of like boring because all you do is you just look at like I mean the price moving up and down. But then the exciting thing is the minute it fire a signal, like go long or go short, that is where the money is. And definitely one thing about me is like I am not the overexcited type of guy. So not like other channel when you see people screaming and pulling their hair out when the price goes against them and all that stuff. I used to do that, but not anymore. I mean, I try to be very systematic right now because it's not fun at all. I mean, to lose money when you trade. On top of that, I mean, have a heart attack because you get too excited. It's definitely no fun. So every day, I mean, I'm gonna leave it on. I may not like stay here all the time, but if you have time, just go in and just see how the system behave in real time. And if you see anything that I can improve, um, you know, text me or send me a message. Just say, hey, certain thing here that you think that it could be improved. if I do this changes or that, I will do that. Because at the end of the day, guys, if this thing works, I want everybody to make money. Yeah, I mean, FOMO is real, you're right. I mean, just like here, when the market first opened, let me go to like the first few minutes. You turn the computer on, you see this, oh my God, this like big green candle, and then it's moving up. This is when you want to jump in and buy. But that is the problem. The rule is what? The rule is you don't want to trade within the first 15 minutes after the market open. Why? Because a lot of this here are ordered from yesterday. On top of that, basically, the whole thing. I mean, the price has not kind of like established a direction yet, because when it jump up like this, you know it's gonna drop, but you don't know when. So most of the time, when you FOMO, you jump in and you buy at this point, only ended up losing a lot of money. So the key is just stay patient. Don't trade the first 15 minutes, because when you look at the 15 minutes here, that's why you also look at like the these two lines, which is like the purple line. It is the opening range, and trust me on this. These lines are very critical. Usually, when the price break out of this line, that's when you're going to see it's like drop a lot or go up a lot. Because once the price is outside of this opening range, that means it's already established a direction, and that also have like institution uh, participation as well. Another thing is when you see the white line, which is the VWAP, whenever the VWAP is still sitting inside of the opening range, I mean, it's a goddamn choppy day. That's exactly what you see today. These like first few minutes here, it just like oscillate back and forth, and then this candle here. That's when you start seeing VWAP is trying to break outside of the range here. I mean, when VWAP is outside the range, that's when you can see the price action is really good. Now, again, I mean, when you see this, you say, okay, how come price is like it bounces right off like the a VWAP, which is the white line, and it's trending up. How come the system doesn't fire like a go along right here? The reason it doesn't, because it will not fire any signal as long as the price is still inside the opening range, which is like you see the upper range here and the lower range, these two purple lines. When the price isn't there, it's a waste of money to buy, especially option, because what it does, it just circle, rotate, 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 rotate. So the best thing to do when this happens is just like sit back and twiddle your thumbs and just wait. All right, I see here. We may see a we may see a go long signal on QQQ here. But I don't like it. Yeah, today is like after it gap up big in the morning. I mean, the price is just not moving. It's right now the price is just like trading inside the opening range. So it's life is good, David. How about you? Are you still in like crypto? Ah, I'm just sitting here for another like few minutes waiting for another trade, another signal. Um, you know, I haven't get back into crypto for a while. I've been so like I've been into like option tradings. So I'm just sitting here waiting for another signal. Wow, I mean, it's hard to trade when the price doesn't move. Right now, it's still, I mean, both like IWM and QQQ is still inside the opening range. Not yet. I guess like when I do right now I'm still test streaming. When I do it for real, um, then I will do like a recap videos. Then you will see like several. Oh, you mean like real salvo, right? It will happen. It will happen. All right, let me see if this thing is going to give me a good. It looks like it's gonna give me a go short. Right, look like it's gonna fire go short on QQQ. If price, no, it's still holding. It's still trading this opening range. When the price is in that opening, in the opening range, I mean it's impossible to trade. Yeah, the price action is boring today. But that's good, isn't it? No trade, you don't lose money. Just be patient and wait for a good setup. That's the whole idea. Wait for a good setup and then jump in. Hmm. No, I used the first 5 minutes for the opening range. Oh wow. Okay, let me see here. 1 second here. It just fired a go short signal for the candle is not complete yet. So I think I'm just gonna wait. I use the first 5 minutes. I know a lot of people use like the first 1 minute or the first 2 minutes, but for me that's too much noise. The first 1 or 2 minutes, that's not good enough. So I use like the first 5 minutes. But I don't trade the first 15 minutes because I want to wait to see how the price action is. Once you kind of like see the price action and which direction that it is heading to, then it's a lot easier. All right, let me see here. Let me see if let's see if it's gonna if they go short for QQQ, it's gonna hold or not. I mean, it's way for the candle to close. Yeah, as you see, like QQQ on the right hand side, it keep on like popping that go short because this is a 2 minute candle. So whenever I mean the price in real time, it hit the target. That's when it popped. But then since the candle is not complete yet, so when the price move in the opposite direction, that's when it disappeared because it don't. Oh, ooh, there's a go short. Normally, what I do is I wait until the candle is complete. Wow, man, I'm tempting to go in and but I'm just gonna be patient and wait for the system to tell me. See, right here, I mean the question is like why didn't it fire this like signal at this candle here? Because it rejected VWAP. The problem with this candle is if you look at the lower wick, the lower wick is much greater than the upper wick. I mean this an indicator that there's like buying support. That's why the system it was flashing, but when it analyzed like the price action in real time, it see that there's like buying support, so it didn't fire like the go short signal. I mean now you see the next candle, it's green because this one here indicate that there may be buying support. So just be patient and wait for the system to tell us that there's no point in like FOMO about this. Oh, excuse me. See now if the price retrace and reject VWAP again and trend down, that could be like a terrific setup. Wow, look at that. Look at that candle. That's a very long wick, long upper wick. There's a lot of cell there. Oh yeah, it's starting to flash this bubble again. Now all we have to do is just wait for that for the 2 minute candle to complete. Yeah, look like this thing is gonna. All right, there's a signal here. I'm just gonna buy one options. Let's see if it's right or not. If it's not right, then I want to get out right away. All right. I just bought an option for 40 cents. IWM 251 put. Let's see. If it's not right, I'm gonna risk about like 20 bucks. Man, doesn't look good. The price doesn't move at all. It's a crazy day. Yeah, the price doesn't move at all. Not looking good. It's not moving at all. Yeah, this is no wonder why the score is only 3.5. I mean, there's not a lot of price action is lousy. Let's see, 130. Man, this is like very low value. It's not even worth it. All right, let's see if this thing is going to kick me out. It's just trading sideways. Hmm. Yeah, it's just trading inside OR range. Hmm. What? Add to position? Are you crazy? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Wow, they say add to position here, but I don't believe it. That's why. There's, the price is just like moving sideways. So there's no point in like adding to it. There's no action. There's no. I'm probably going to get stopped out. Man, this looks bad. This looks bad, man. It looks bad. Yeah, the price doesn't move at all. Mm. Not looking good. All right, if this candle closed green, I have to get out. Yeah, I mean, this the stop loss is right here. It's very tight. So if the candle closed above this line, I have to get out. Mm. Yeah, there's no volume though. Oh, no volume at all. Doesn't look good. Very low volume. It's just inching. I think it's gonna kick me out. Yeah, I think it will. Well, man, looks like well, the price is just like right inside the opening range. So there's really no action at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, stop me out. It's really this. It's just trading within this range at all. Yeah. Man, the price doesn't move at all. Price action is really horrible. I mean, it's just like it's just oscillate inside this opening range. So not a good day for trading. I mean, the system got a really good signal at this point here. I mean, that was the trade of the day. But after that, I mean, there's nothing. Looked like it wants to break down, but it's just like just holding on to this crazy. It's not moving much. All right, let's see how this signal is. Hopefully, this is going to be a good signal for today. If this thing is going to break down, I mean it fired a short right here. So let's see how the price is going to behave here. Man, this thing look weak. It's trying to hold on, but let's see. All right. If it go down to 150, yeah, but that'd be good. But the price doesn't move much. Yeah, I mean it's a little weak though. Let's see if this thing can bounce back. Otherwise, it may even drop down to 250. Let's see. QQQ is testing. Let's see here, prior day's high, I think. Yeah, it is. Man, if this thing doesn't hold, if it breaks down, it's gonna drop big time. But it is trying to hold on here. I am going to add more to my position if this thing breaks down. If it breaks down, I mean, it's get it? Yes! Yes! Look at this, guys! Look at this! This is the system in real time, guy. See, it fired. It goes short right here. Man, look at that. Same thing with QQQ. Go short right here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is real time. Real time. Look at that. All right, I'm going to scale half. Oh, sheesh. 251 to 2. That's nice. That is nice. Oh, it's two really good signal today at 10 a.m. Right here. Oh, perfect. Woo. It's good money. All right, let's see if this thing is going to try to bounce back. I am just going to trust the system. There it is. There it is. There it is. Man, that was a big drop. That was a good trade. Woo. Man, there's a lot of latency, huh? Hmm. That was good. Good signal. Two good trades today. Oh man, I need to find out why this thing has so much latency here. 1, 3. That was a very good. That was a very good signal. It fired. It's go short right here, and also for QQQ, go short, and then it's add more, and the prices tank. This was a very nice call. All right, guys, I think I'm done for today. I got two good trades. Let's see here. This one was good. This was another good one. One small bet trade, but I got out right away. And then another bet trade, not by much. I got out right away. Got into this one. Right, I mean, basically rode the way down. And I got out right at this point. That was really good. So I'm done for today. See you guys tomorrow.